Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes, no signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. Black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. Just black and white. Just let me go, it's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go, it's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. Just black and white. It's black and white.
God, Jim!
Pretty good. It's gonna be a triple kill. Jim comes on fire. Jim comes on fire.
He had the right angle, but couldn't land the shot. The dart goes to 2-piece! Oh my god! Oh no! He was down to 1 second on the clock!
Já pegou bala na cara do Master. O Almairinho vai tentando fazer o primeiro. Da estátua vai tentar o tiro porrada e bomba! Vem! Clutch muito difícil de vencer, mas...
Square on the body that you hit. He no-scoped Raballo right there. He no-scoped.
Termina eliminando a Jack. Igual queda solamente vivo por parte de repente. Consigue la primera baja en este round. Se da cuenta que no
All right, guys, welcome back. It has been a busy week for COD Mobile. We had the Dream Team event going on. We had Mobile Mayhem Girls, and now we're here getting ready for the fall season of Mobile Mayhem. And of course, we're going to have some qualifier games coming up for you guys to help determine which of these teams are going to make it into the main season to join our invited teams. Today we have a little bit of a different setup. It is going to be me, the usual, but Verdict was unavailable, so I reached out, and we have Path, one of the lead analysts for NYSL Mayhem, going to come through and be the color caster for you guys tonight, help you guys break down some of those plays. So thank you so much, Path, for joining us.
Thank you. It was a great opportunity.
Yeah, it should be a good time. I'm trying to get up to date on all of the teams we have playing tonight, but definitely going to be a lot of players that you guys do recognize coming in. The likes of Losty, GG, Scott, Nazi, G-String, aka Codeine, Camper, Zolf. A lot of players that we have seen before and never really had success on their teams, but I'm sure you know these guys a little bit more in depth than I will, Path. I'm sure you guys have scrimmed them quite a bit in the past. Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
You have any kind of expectations out of this matchup?
Expectations? I think Shredded is gonna play more aggressive. they're probably gonna rush the hill a bit more and try to go for less map control and going more for hill rotations. And that really depends. The match really depends on how they approach different hills, how they can break and hold different hills.
We do actually have an update from our admin team that Shreddit and Devious have decided to GA the kinetic armor. So that is pretty interesting.
Armor has very effective in a hardpoint, especially because it's faster than the other operator skills and gives teams a lot of versatility because they can use it and just snowball hills and go for spawn control.
Yeah, and it definitely takes away some of that one-shot shorty opportunity, which is going to be a really good point for our first map. You were mentioning hardpoint, it charges really fast. Well, it's a hardpoint standoff, so a lot of these hills are very, very close indoor action ranges where the shorty really shines. So definitely going to be a big operator there. When we get into our second match, it is going to be firing range, search and destroy. And if we do see a game 3, it is going to be raid domination. For our operator bands, it's going to be the Sparrow and the Annihilator, and then as we mentioned, the Kinetic is going to be GA'd out. So probably going to be seeing mostly Death Machine, but definitely could see maybe a Grav Vortex here and there, maybe Gravity Spikes here and there, and maybe even some Equalizer action. I actually really think the Grav Spikes and the Equalizer are good for this map.
On this map specifically, because the hills are very indoors, crowded, and that means Gravity Spike can be way more effective than it could have been on open.
It does seem like you might be cutting out a little bit, Path. Maybe check your sensitivity. But we are into the action here. As Path was mentioning, the Grav Spikes can be very, very effective on these indoor hardpoints where you have that roof above you to help that Gravity Spike come out a little bit faster. And right now it is going to be a small start for Shreddit. As we do have players trading out left and right. About a 12-point lead going on right now, but still anybody's game. Obviously, this is just P1. There's no operators rolling. There's no score streaks rolling. But Scott picks up kill number 4 and a double kill there.
They're holding the hill very effectively, but then G-String does find a break to it.
Definitely a big break coming through, but if we look at the map, we do have seemingly respawn advantage going over to the side of Shreddit here for P2, but we do have G-String trying to make that break in through the gas station in back, and I actually don't know if he hung around long enough to anchor the spawn, but he's going to find one, finds two. Player rotating in behind him could be detrimental, but doesn't get the kill. It's now going to be Scott up top of the hill, but Cute Dragon 84 coming through with the break, and just about a tied game between these two teams.
Tied for the lead. We've taken the lead.
We're going to be Reddit are spawning out. This is going to be a very hard break.
Yeah, what would you say if you're Shreddit? What is the best play here? We've got 30 seconds on the hill ready to go. And obviously, our next hardpoint is going to be across the map in top of blue. So, you think they should be pushing here, or you think they should just be anchoring for next?
Separate a bit of a team. Try to contest the point a little bit, but still set up for new, because next hill is a big one. If they could hold it down, if they could use the ARs and just hold the entire zone down, they could get a lot of points out of it.
Yeah, and this is one of those hills that we were specifically thinking about when we were mentioning Grav Spikes earlier as well. The low roof in here gives you that instant activation, and not really a whole lot to hide behind up there either. So it is a little bit of a lead for Devious right now, but Shreddit definitely could still make the comeback.
We've taken the lead.
Shorty does come in handy.
What was that now?
Shorty does come in handy.
Yeah, Shorty very, very strong on this point as well, especially on that staircase where you're basically in constant one-shot Shorty range, so definitely expect to see that. Scott just walks right into a Grav Vortex, a little bit unfortunate for him there, but you know, sometimes it happens. You get distracted, so much going on this map, and we're about halfway through our P3 here. Definitely going to be looking to see players start to make that rotation over towards P4, which I would be considering to be basically the money hill. It's the hardest hill to break and the easiest to control spawns. So,
And we can see Devious, they are setting up. I don't think. Wait. He's making a place. He's making a place. He gets a trade. I think if they can hold this one down, it could be very good for a comeback. Because right now, Devious are only 25 points away from winning.
Hardpoint locked down.
yeah, DBS are in a great spot right now. And, you know, again, we have names on both of these teams that we recognize from previous Mobile Mayhem seasons. So we're definitely expecting this one to be a little bit closer than it has been so far. And honestly, even a full 60 hold here for the side of Shred It doesn't really put them in a winning territory. So they're really on the ropes right now in comparison to what we maybe thought going into this game.
They do find a break, but it's not enough.
We've taken the lead.
The suppressor fire does come in. I think they can try to contest D4 for as long as they can, but eventually both teams will have to set up for a new.
Yeah, and as we can see, a couple players are starting to make that rotation now with a couple kills coming through. Not enough time on the board for the side of Devious to come through with the win, but they are in a very, very good spot to be able to possibly pick it up on a good P1 or maybe even a P2. And if P1's not going their way, I would expect them to start making that P2 rotation early to try to anchor spawns, as well as try to prevent the side of Shredded from getting in and grabbing those respawns for themselves, because while it's still not a close game, it is certainly still winnable if we're able to get a couple good holds for the side of Shreddit. But now, within 10 points to go for the side of Devious, they've got to be feeling good right now. Pred Missile coming in for G-String, gonna pick up GG. And that's looking like it, Path. I don't think anybody's close enough to touch, and that's gonna be game one going over to the side of Devious. It does look like we do actually have a lot of conversation going on in chat about this matchup. In fact, Lucid is in chat saying he's oh no, that's a copy pasta. Never mind. This is from Zim. Zim is a troll. Zim and Conquest started that. Never mind.
G-String does drop a 3 KD on this map.
Yeah, G-String, aka Codeine, definitely a strong player we've seen in the past. So.
Yeah.
And as we can look at the scoreboard here, it was largely Zulf and Campers coming through with the objective time for the side of Devious with 117 and 109 respectively. And nobody even close to a minute on the side of Shreddit. And a lot of that could be said to them not having enough gunfight wins to lock down any spawns. They couldn't get themselves onto the points, couldn't maintain themselves on the points, and hopefully they'll turn around and be a little bit better here for the search and destroy. Do you know if any of these players are like sniper talents that we should be on the lookout for?
I remember a lot of them yet, but I'm curious to see what they can do.
Yeah, definitely some upcoming talent. Obviously, again, I think G-String and Campers probably the two most known players in this lobby. And then maybe like GG, Losty, and Zulf after that, at least as far as I've known. Definitely seen Scott a little bit in the past as well. But, you know, everybody's a nobody until they make something of themselves, right? You know, you look at Washi when he came into the scene, and, you know, he came in on Team 8 Kings that didn't really have any success in Mobile Mayhem, but he individually, I mean, opened up with such a great performance on his first match. They were up against Tribe, who was basically undefeated at the time. I mean, they really had no competition in the scene, at least not seemingly. So, great game between those two teams. I do believe we're just waiting on a couple players to get into the next game. And hopefully we'll get into that one here shortly. Again, we're going to be looking for some of those sniper opening picks on a map like Firing Range, where snipers are more often than not the decision makers.
If anybody can get an A-long pick right off the bat or from mid, it could be critical to gaining control of the bomb sites.
Yeah, those opening mid picks are getting a little bit more few and far in between, as we see players who want to make that aggressive A push have opted to start full on taking the showers I've noticed as of late for a lot of teams. I think that's probably specifically because of the, you lose one person on your opening pick, and not only are you now down one, but you've also given the enemy information that that's the rotation your team is making. So it definitely makes sense that we've seen less mid rotations. But again, one straggler getting picked off could be absolutely key for either of these teams to pick up a round. Because at that point, when you have the one-player advantage, any one-for-one trades are still technically in your favor. So we're just waiting on Azri and Cute Dragon 83 to get readied up, guys, and we'll get you guys into the action. And there's definitely still a bunch of other players as well on some of these other teams that I think you guys will be excited to see fighting their way towards a Mobile Mayhem spot. So does look like we're spawning on into the game path. Do you think Shreddit bounces back with a little bit better of a search performance here?
More of a long-range map, and as far as I know, Shreddit has been mostly focused on like aggressive SMG play, and it's really up to the snipers to decide what the flow of this map would look like. I think.
Destroy the objective.
So they will have to play corners very well. They have to coordinate and rotate, especially when there are picks.
Definitely makes a bit of sense. I am reading in chat that Beetle is Cute Dragon 84 and Rehan is Cute Dragon 83. So a couple more names that I recognize, and definitely going to be looking for Rehan to be that sniper talent for the team. Does pick up a AS Val, if I'm not mistaken. We definitely saw him with a shorty a second ago, but also saw him with a Locust. It's now going to be campers on the run, and going to be a pretty good round there. Also, admins, I think we need the game overlay updated. Devious should be up 1, I believe. Oh, Zolf comes through with a really big opening kill on the environmental there, but Losty is able to get the refrag, Bison in hand. Gotta say, Bison has probably been one of the most consistent weapons across multiple metas to me. It's one that it came out and it was really strong, and there hasn't really been a meta where we don't at least see a couple people running a Bison.
It just does everything. It's not slow, the time to heal is okay, the range is okay, and you have a really big magazine to spray.
Ooh, Cute Dragon 83 coming through with a shorty kill onto Scott. It's looking like it's a big bounce back for Devious after they lost that first round.
They tie it back.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I know who Cute Dragon is, I'm definitely thinking I'm leaning a little bit more on the side of Devious than I was for that first match. Rehan is actually a pretty solid sniper, so definitely hoping to see him snipe a little bit more here in the future. Does have the Locust in hand here. Not really getting an opening pick, but does have a lot of opportunity. We do have the side of Shreddit playing super passive right now.
They do, but
if you're Devious, this bomb should be planted. You have 3 players pushed up to A. You have trailer control. There's no reason this bomb should not be down.
They have mid watched entirely.
The bomb has been planted.
Bomb is going down.
Yeah, we do have players getting picked off left and right. It's just going to be Nazi left alone in a 1 versus 5. Does pick up 1 onto Cute Dragon 84, but corner gets slid. Zolf picking up that one, and now it's going to be 2-1 for the side of Devious.
Defend the objective. They have the bomb.
As we get into this next round here, it is going to be 1 gunfight win for Zolf over Losty in that trailer. And again, you're in a position where you have players pushed up to the bomb. You have player control. You know that you can get someone behind the bomb as protection from American. There's realistically no reason that the bomb should, again, not be planted. This is something we noticed a lot yesterday in the Mobile Mayhem Girls Finals. Is a lot of passiveness on that bomb play. And when you have a whole team there and there's no real threat of an opposition pushing up, you really need to be taking advantage of those opportunities and forcing the enemy to play against time. It can give you a big advantage.
Bomb plant, but he getting wallbanged. This is a very tough spot. I think he's gonna go for the wallbang. He is gonna go for the bomb.
The bomb has been planted.
Yeah,
He does-
Azri was looking through back and not quite able to pull it together, and now it's just going to be Azri picking up the free defuse as... Oh, maybe not.
He does not.
There's no reason Cute Dragon should be alive with Gigi standing right there, but I guess it is what it is.
Defused. Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
All right, well, definitely a big bounce back round for the side of Shreddit. They were starting to fall apart a little bit there, and they were able to tie it back up, so we still could see quite a bit of action left in this game. And right now, this is a very interesting place to have the bomb for Zolf. Almost like he's getting ready to move up into tower. And if you die with the bomb out here in mid, and that gets called out, that's going to be a dangerous position for your team to start to rotate, because there's so many opportunities for players to be able to camp out that bomb, you know, whether it be top 10, whether it be trailer, whether it be from Seaside Dom. So Azri does come through with a really big refrag onto Cute Dragon 84 there. Definitely a detrimental pick that they needed. It was a 5 versus 3. He's able to hop up and finds G-String as well. Almost single-handedly bringing this back to a 3 versus 3 at this point. Scott coming through with one onto campers there. We basically have Zolf right under Azri here. Might be looking to fight. That's a nasty head glitch to try to pick Azri off, though. And what was looking really good for the side of Devious has quickly turned it back into Shreddit's favor thanks to Azri picking up multiple picks. But Zolf, he's able to find another. Azri is there again. 7 kills on the board for him. Azri just hard at watching this bomb right now.
Nice
Yeah,
work.
it's okay.
Get ready for the next round.
Yeah, that's about what I expected, and you know, that's again kind of what I was mentioning when bomb was right in front of the tower. Is if you're gonna have bomb, you need to be smart on where you're playing, because if you drop the bomb in an inconvenient place for your teammates, then you very quickly can turn the tides of battle to your enemy's favor. And that was a lot of what happened in that round there. So hopefully we'll see a little bit more coordination out of Devious. They looked great in the hard point, and honestly was just so incredibly sloppy during the search and destroy. But G-String comes through at 2. He finds 3. He might be looking for Scott as well. 4-piece for G-String. And that's a little bit more of the action I'd like to see out of them. Now, granted, that was a little bit of just coincidence. 3 players rotated with their backs to boxes there, but it's another round for Devious.
The enemy has the bomb.
AJ gets 1 opening pick.
Yeah, 1 will be a bit. Could possibly get them an opportunity to move in. It is Zolf taking a grenade, but does survive, so he'll live to see another day. 8 kills on the board for him. Actually going to hop over and take a peek at Cute Dragon 84, who might be able to find Nazi here if Nazi pushes up over to the top of wood, but does instead rotate down. Both teams playing very, very passive right now. Does look like the A side push might be starting to come through for the side of Shreddit. GG able to get another big pick. 5 versus 3 now in favor of the side of Shreddit. They need this win here to push us through to a domination and have another shot at life. And Losty getting 1 there as well as another big opportunity. But Zolf comes through with a big double kill for the team. I don't know if it'll be enough. They do have G-String and Zolf alive. G-String coming through with the sniper here. You got to land that one though, bro. That would have tied things up 2-2.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
just
that was a must-have shot for G-String there. I don't know if this is looking like a very good round for them, but Zolf able to find one onto GG. Does get caught with a little bit of a reload curse there. Slides the corner, picks up a big double onto Scott. G-String gonna find the AS Val kill as well, and just in time, they're able to clutch the round up in a 2 versus 3.
Bomb defused. Lost that round, but it's not over yet. Ready up. Defend the objectives. They have the bomb.
All right, getting ready to get into another round here, guys. It is Devious with the advantage, but they are by no means walking away with an easy victory here. This has been a back-and-back game pretty much non-stop. GG is able to open with a first blood. It's a good sniper pick. That was one of the things that we were mentioning before, but G-String with a big rotation from behind, AS Val in hand. He's going to get a refrag onto Nazi, and now there's no way Cute Dragon is alive here. You've got a player looking in trailer lost. You've got to win that fight a little bit sooner. But the 2-for-1 goes in favor of Shreddit, who might be looking to get the bomb plant here. I don't know, the bomb plays are just so passive with these teams right now.
I think they can go for the bomb.
Enemy in sight.
Avery has a suppressive fire. Yeah, yes, they are going for the bomb.
All up to you now. Finish the mission.
JJ gets another one. This is now a 1v4 for G-String. He does not make it.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. If you're looking at this matchup, there's obviously a lot of sloppy plays. What, besides from just playing the bomb around your team better, is there anything either of these teams could do to really get an edge over the next?
I think for now, playing passive has worked fairly well for both of these teams, and just playing for mid-round picks has been critical so far. But now it's a bloodbath. Inside trail
comes through with his 11th kill on the board, somehow makes it away on 1 HP, just absolutely no reason. This kid should be alive right now, but he's going to live to tell the tale. Might be getting ready to rotate up and find a kill onto Nazi as well if Nazi doesn't pay attention. That trailer is like prime AS Val range.
Sniper!
Rotating behind GG here. This should be a free kill for G-String. Might find another as well as Nazi's planting, and great play from G-String there. I think he picked up 4 that round? Maybe 3, 4?
he did 4 kills. I could be wrong.
Puts him up to 13 on the board. Top fragging for not only his team, but in the whole lobby. Tied up with Zolf, who it's largely been a 2-person team here. You look at Cute Dragon 83 and 84. They're down at 3 and 2 kills respectively, and Campers is also sitting at 2. But Zolf, yeah, 15 on the board now for him. He's looking for number 16 as well. But GG in the back of Spawn's going to take him down. Azri gets another refrag, but it's a 1 versus 3. It'd be a rough one to be in. Cute Dragon 83, what on earth? What a wallbang. Did he kill him from trailer with a sniper shot? What on earth? All right. Well, that is going to be Devious picking up the 2-0 victory there. Shreddit going to fall. I'm actually, I'm also joining you guys a little bit late here. I don't know. No, that's a different person. Hello, that's a different person. Yeah. So what exactly is it? Is it single elimination at this point? Being hello. I mean, are these guys taking a dirt nap now? Double elimination. Okay. All right. So that is going to be the W coming through for the side of Devious there. Okay, cool. Now I've got a challenge bracket. Cool. Hua in chat. Oh my goodness, that's a name I haven't seen in a long time. as you guys can see there. That game was basically all Zulf and G-String for the side of Devious, and I don't know. Hopefully, as we get through to a little bit more of the competition, we'll get to see some more life out of Cute Dragon 83, 84, and Campers, because you're not gonna last as a two-person army. You look over at the opposition, Shred It, a little bit more balanced across the board. Azri was top frag with 9, GG with 8, Scott with 6, Nazi with 4, and Losty with 3. So not any like crazy outliers, but again, we're playing for a spot in Mobile Mayhem, and you get up into Mobile Mayhem, and you're not realistically going to be in a position where two players are going to carry you against the likes of your tribes, your ARPs, explicits, NYSL Mayhems. That's a large bit
It's
of.
a team.
I mean, would you agree with me, Path, in that that's largely normally Shred It in Mobile Mayhem? They usually have like two good players that are carrying on the team, and then the rest are a little bit lackluster. So it is a little bit different here, as we are seeing obviously that kind of play coming on through Devious here. But again, we've only seen one game for them, so I can't really say too much as far as what's going on there. But we are going to take a short break, guys, while we get ready to get into the next game. Hopefully we'll see some more action, and maybe we'll see a game 3 that was a really close search and destroy. But alas, it has come to an end. So we'll be right back here in a couple minutes while we get players in the lobby, guys.
Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes. No signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. No more. White, no more, baby. Love, no more, baby. It's black and white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico. It's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go, it's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Make me feel well, oh, I can't break the spell. I just have to be true. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. It's black and white.
Alright guys, we're back. Sorry about the long wait that we had there. We had a issue with, unfortunately, a player UID not matching. Ended up just being a couple players had theirs backwards under the roster submission, but they are the right UIDs, so we will be getting you guys into the game as soon as we possibly can. It's going to be Op34 NA up against Devious, the team we just saw play in that last game, and I think one of the big things I'm looking out for this matchup path is exactly what I was saying at the end of the last one, is that it seemed like Devious realistically only had about 2 players on the team that were showing up both in the respawn and in the search and destroy. So Op34 is a team that has been looking very strong. I mean, this team is honestly kind of cracked with Veteran, Detri, and Washi on it. I mean, just the 3 of them alone is an incredible amount of talent. So Devious, they can't afford to make those kind of mistakes here.
They have to coordinate it better within the team. The comms need to be on point.
Yeah, definitely think you're going to be spot on there. Again, I think winning more of those gunfights is going to be pretty important as well, going up against a difficult matchup like this. Because, again, Op34 is a team that, if I'm remembering correctly, was able to take down Seminole in a recent matchup in, oh, what was that? I think it was the Vengeance series. So definitely a team that has proven that they are a pretty solid team. I think they actually went all the way into the finals. So beating out several other teams that we expected to be there. You know, Cygnus was a team that had their struggles, or I think they went to the semifinals. But either way, there's definitely a lot of teams that you know, we expected to be better than them that fell way earlier in the tournament. So as we jump on over to our best of 3, it is going to be a standoff search and destroy, and if we make it to a game 3, it's going to be a domination on Summit. No GA on the kinetic armor this time. It has been opted to just flat out be banned, so it's going to be the kinetic armor and the Sparrow, which is going to leave the Annihilator on the table, and that's a pretty big one right now in the meta.
Leave. Annihilator can be very powerful on raid, especially with how the angles play out around zigzag and mid yard. Annihilator can be very, very good for locking down areas.
Yeah, definitely can be. That one-shot potential with no delay is pretty solid, as well as if you're in that mid to close range, you get that additional lock-on that can help make some of those flashy plays happen. You know, we've seen several of quad feeds in the past with Annihilators as well. There was a nerf like 5 or so seasons ago to the range that the lock-on had available to it, so that is one thing to consider, but I don't think it's going to be a big deciding factor here in this matchup, but we're getting right now.
Hardpoint identified. We tied for the lead. Hardpoint is ours.
All right, we do have first ring control is going to be for Detri. He's up top in a good spot, looking for a pick. He's going to pick up Zulf there. Zulf and G-String were largely the 2 last game that were doing well for the side of Devious. So that's something to consider. Detri a little bit low on health, making a really big ego challenge versus 1. Doesn't see the other 2 coming, and that's going to give an opportunity for Devious to try to make a break here. Washi, I'm going to be honest, I don't think Washi has any faith in Devious winning this matchup. I guarantee I just saw Washi with a crossbow out. Yep, yes. Sure is there. My goodness.
He has an MSMC and a crossbow.
And he's maining the crossbow.
He's using a 6x scope on the crossbow.
Does switch the MSMC there. Can't pick up that gunfight against the MX-9. And it'll be interesting to see if Devious can push enough to make him take this game seriously. But again, maining the crossbow, definitely going to be an interesting turn of events here. I actually haven't used the crossbow enough to know what attachments it has besides the sight, and I know it has the thermite rounds, but picks up one there before getting taken down.
On it, but crossbow in general is not good.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was mentioning. You definitely tell that not taking it serious here. Washi is one of those players that's normally just cracked out of his mind and putting himself in a difficult position here. Law does have the A max out, I believe, with the monocle reflex sight. Not something we see too horribly often, but something definitely usable. Yuyin coming through. He's got kill number 9 on the board. You can see he's got the shorty out as well. A hunter killer in his pocket could be huge. A hunter killer is quite often a free kill, and he locks down some of that remaining time for his team as they start making a rotation over. He hears players coming behind him, though. Finds one, finds two, and he's got full streaks now. Got himself a Pred missile. I believe that's a Hawk X3, which I'm under the understanding is banned, but maybe the admins will let me know. That could be a rule change. I'm unsure.
This can be a critical predator missile. He does get the information.
Friendly predator missile inbound.
That is good.
Lost the lead.
Yeah, and it is just absolute control for the side of Op34 right now. Veteran has a Goliath available. You guys can see it flickering there. Finds two, finds a third as well. Might be looking for G-string again. That's 4 on the board for him. Finds number 5 before the corner gets slid by campers, and it's going to knock him off his streaks. But as we mentioned, he's got that Goliath ready to go. So it's going to be a big opportunity for them. It'll be interesting to see where he uses it, because it does look like they're getting ready to maybe close out on a P5 if everything keeps going well here. But
Yeah.
obviously it's also very exposed to the elements on a P5 push, so that's something to consider.
I think if possible, they can use the Goliath to break P4. Because right now, if BVS does get a full 60 on it, it will time lead. So they will have to take P5 like life.
Yeah, my one concern would be, again, this exposed hardpoint. If anybody does get a Pred missile or a Tempest, it can be very easy to lock down that Goliath. Especially, have to look and see if anybody is even running the Tempest over here. They're not, and I think that's a pretty big miss. I think every team at this point should be rocking at least one person with the Tempest.
But there was a nerf on the ADS zoom level that just completely destroyed its close range ability.
Yeah, but it's still very good for disabling a Goliath. I mean, if you're able to lock a Goliath down, you're more able to kill it. And on a map like Raid, where there's so many exposed hardpoints where you're outside, can definitely help the team out. So, I mean, you're the analyst guy. So, I mean, you'll know a little bit better than I am. But that's one that we've seen Zygnus really take use of as of late.
Very effective. But when there are too many cover, Tempest does find a bit of a because the ADS zoom is way too much. Washer does get too big for final even. This is P5. P5 is usually the bloody hill. This is where everybody tries to hold the point for 3 seconds. But then Detri, now he's having the point. But he's holding the point very well.
Yeah, you got 2 members of Op34 on point looking to build up that time. There's just enough time available on the clock for them to come through with a win here. And you can see Yuyin is absolutely frying out this game. 29 kills on the board for him. Make it 30 before he falls there. They do lose out on that point. They are going to lose out on the win on that P5, but you can already see Veteran, he's making that rotation over. He still has that Goliath available, so that is something to consider. Goliath in either red or laundry could be really, really strong for an overwatch of that point, but we'll have to see what they pull together here. He slides the corner, he's able to pick up 1. And with a couple seconds to go, we could possibly see Op34 close this one out. Death Machine is pulled by Law. I think I saw Veteran toss a Hunter Killer at the end there, but it doesn't matter. They pick up the kills. 150 to 63 win for the side of Op34. And, kind of like we were talking about earlier, for Devious, it largely feels like they have two Slayers on their team, and not a lot of people committed to working on that teamwork. So that's kind of a big L in my
Yeah.
opinion.
It's a draw. Stand down.
I think the final scoreboard here pretty much tells the story all on its own. You have a player down at 6 kills on the side of Devious, and I do got to give a little bit of credit to Cute Dragon 84. They did come through, had 20 kills that game, one of the top fragged for the team, so it's a little bit better than the performance we saw out of them earlier. But G String and Zulf still two of the players in the top, and then again, Cute Dragon 83 is sitting down at 6, and you look over at the opposition, Yuyin with 33, Veteran with 28, Washi with 20. I mean, that's a nuts scoreline for these guys to put up in the matchup that we had here. So definitely hoping to see a little bit more fight out of Devious in the Search and Destroy, but again, based on what we saw earlier in Search, I'm not feeling real confident for a Devious Search and Destroy. They're very uncoordinated as a team. It often feels like they don't know what to do with the bomb. And when you're going up against a team like Op34, that's going to be an important factor.
Yeah, definitely. I believe the second map is Standoff Search, right?
Correct.
Standoff, I think Standoff is more of a it's kind of different flavored from Fire Range because most teams will take A bomb side, but then a B bomb side, if people can go through the back alley and get control and flank, and then B bomb is also very viable. Again, this is all going to be up to team coordination.
All right, it does actually look like we might be getting rid of the switch matchups for you guys. It looks like we're going to have Team Revenge versus Storm. So I'm... that is correct, admin. He did get no kills with it, but he did use it. So that is definitely a fact. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. Okay, yeah, we're gonna jump into another matchup for you guys, as the admins figure out some stuff on their end. Again, we have a very exciting matchup for you guys with Revenge and Storm. Team Revenge, you guys may recognize from Stage 3, Stage 4 for North America. That's going to be Evader's team. And yeah, there's the code for the new lobby. All right, cool. All right, yep, we're gonna take a short break, guys, real quick while we get into this other lobby. It looks like we already have most of our players in here, and we'll get back to the action for you guys as soon as we can. In the meantime, you guys can check out the grand final results of the Mobile Mayhem Girls event.
go.
Invincible.
Alright guys, sorry about the abrupt break we had to take there. There was a issue that had to be dealt with on the admin side. That's as much detail as I know. If I get any more information, I'll let you guys know. But as you guys can see on screen, it is going to be Team Revenge versus Storm F4. And I actually do believe this is going to be a bit better of a matchup anyway. So this is going to be largely the Team Revenge you guys will recognize. There's definitely a couple changes. And then for Storm, you're looking at the likes of Ingenic, aka Chicken Mommy, Kizzy, Bright, Yawn, and something I can't pronounce and will give absolutely no credit to that player for because I can't. But definitely should be an exciting series path. Do you know enough of these players through like maybe scrims or anything like that that you know what to expect from this matchup?
So I can't tell much on this matchup.
All right. Well, as far as I can tell, our players to look out for are probably going to be Reckless iOS in the Search and Destroy with a sniper will be really, really solid. Code as well for the side of Team Revenge there, and then for the side of Storm, we're going to be looking at the likes of, as I mentioned, Chicken Mommy, aka Ingenic, and probably Bright over there. So I think this has probably more potential than any of our other matchups tonight to be a Game 3, so we'll see when we get there. But we'll be starting on into this match here shortly. We're just waiting on one or two players to get readied up, and we'll get you guys into the action. Oh, there we go. Boom, you ask, and you will receive. All right, for our map rotation for you guys, we are going to start off on a raid hardpoint, but that is all I have for you guys right now. I'll let you know the rest of the rotation here in a minute. But we're into the game, and you know we just saw a raid on. This is the wrong screen. That's what we wanted here. Boom. Sorry about that, guys. Hit the wrong button, but we're in it. Reckless iOS coming through with a couple kills on point here. Does have one player in front of him. The ring head glitch is here coming through big for a couple of players, but Yawn pushes on up with the shorty. Gonna pick up one. A nade coming in from Metro is not gonna connect, and Kizzy gonna drop in front, picking up that kill there. 3 on the board for them. MX9, 35 rounder in hand.
Izzy is already setting up for new. This is a very smart move.
Reckless comes through with a kill there, and I do have a couple players starting to set up and anchor the spawns jungle side for the side of Storm F4 here. As you can see, they're getting those favorable respawns right here towards the kitchen. A couple players are pushing it towards the backs, largely. Reckless iOS was looking for it, but loses the gunfight to Chicken Mommy, aka Ingenic. So that's going to be spawns held a little bit longer. Metro Season trying to make that rotation. Can't win that gunfight. That's a nasty head glitch that Chicken Mommy is sitting on right now. And it is going to be a little bit easier for them to make break front. They do find a couple kills. Code slides to the corner, going to make it out alive. Chicken Mommy was almost able to pick up the kill, but unable to find those final bullets to connect. And now it's going to be Code picking up another kill there. Yawn making the rotation money side window, going to pick up one. It was a lead taken for the side of Storm, but Team Revenge obviously not done fighting over that yet. But as we look at the timer, I think they're playing this really smart here. Metro set up in a brilliant head glitch behind the broken van here, and I do got to say it's a smart play of them to go ahead and destroy that early, so they're not camping that head glitch and have the car blow up and kill them later on. So they're actually getting set up for this next really, really well right now.
Hardpoint locked down.
This is a big money hill because it's very easy to guard. Mostly two entrances. Coming from mid is usually pretty unlikely. As we see, there is a smoke being popped.
Hardpoint contested.
And Chicken Army does rotate through the back, picks up 1 kill there. Now looking for another onto Reckless. And, you know, one of the things that you were mentioning is you know, this hill can be very difficult to break because there's really only 2 main ways you can get in, either through the workout room or past AC. Going through mid, you're really susceptible to players who are defending from both sides. So it is a little bit dangerous to even consider that as a rotation. But as well, the spawns are very easy to control on this point as well compared to our next point, basketball court, which prior to the hardpoint update actually had some really good money hill opportunities just based on how easy spawns were to control, but now they're a little bit more erratic. I mean, erratic to the point that you can get wiped off point and spawn back on point on top of the enemy team. So
Kitty finds it. I think for ARs on P4, it is very easy to lock the entire zone down, especially on 4. But as we can see, they don't really have an
Lost the lead.
this area yet. Mostly as John hit holder. He's using a 35 round holder variant.
Targets in sight. Contact
definitely a little interesting, but it seems to be working out for him right now. He's got 18 kills on the board as well as full streaks available to him. And one of the key things about this 35 round holder is it does, you know, as you were kind of mentioning, it functions a little bit more as an AR as opposed to an LMG. And one of the biggest factors in that is going to be the reload time is substantially cut down. But you obviously also can't spray till the end of time. So two sides of the same coin.
I think for raid specifically, using a lighter holder is viable, especially a hard point. Especially for this P5, because P5 is a very cheap option. You know, people die off very easily. And instead of a 100 round mag kill the enemy, I think having a bit of ability to dance around, try to get hit on P5 is gonna be important.
I definitely gotta agree with you there. Grav coming through for Metro, gonna pick up 1, gonna pick up 2, and I gotta say this is one of the things I harp on the most about Grav Vortex users is you don't want to use that Gravity Vortex for just like a 1-to-1 kill. You really want to be blocking off a doorway, being even if just for like the 2 seconds that it lasts, preventing players from rotating through, for example, Red Room would be a big one. Launching one up into Laundry for a couple seconds will allow your team to be able to move themselves around and get situated while the enemy can't have that overwatch position over them. So definitely some big plays coming through there, but it is going to be Storm coming through with the first round win.
Yawn is leading the lobby with 22 kills. Both Yawn and Kizzy got over 20 kills. They had very good rotation. On the other side, I think Revenge didn't really find the rotations. They were mostly trying to break in the hills, but then getting picked off one time. That's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. And I'm a little bit surprised. I expected Bright to come through with a little bit more of a performance in this matchup. He ended up only having 8 kills. It ended up being Kizzy, Ingenic, and Yawn, the players to watch for the side of Storm F4. And for the side of Team Revenge, I mean, I pretty much called it spot on with Reckless iOS there, but it is going to be more of an impact for him in the Search and Destroy. He's actually really, really cracked with a sniper in hand, so that could be a factor as we move forward. And as you can see, Kizzy and Yawn, I mean, over double positive and in 20 kills is solid. Ingenic was triple positive, and the hill time just really started to stack up. Yawn and Kizzy both with over a minute. The player I can't pronounce with 50, Bright with 49. And you look over at the opposition and nobody even coming close. Reckless iOS leading the team with 35 on the hill. And I'm kind of expecting this one to be over pretty pretty quickly. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a swift 2-0 victory, just based on, again, Bright and Chicken Mommy actually being really good in search and destroy. And Genic almost single-handedly kept his team in a 4 versus 5 against Tribe in search and destroy at one point last season of Mobile Mayhem. I think he put up like 17 kills on the board, and that's not a pushover team, even though search and destroy is their weakest game mode. So I do think that's something to consider. But we'll get you guys into that next matchup here as soon as we can. Destroy. I'm not entirely sure what map it's going to be on yet, but I'll get that information to you guys as soon as I can. It does look like it is going to be a search and destroy and standoff. So same matchups as that last series we were watching, or at least as far as the maps go. So
For standoff, I think getting one opening pick just opens the entire map up. If you can get one pick on the A-bomb, and then forcing the enemy to rotate early, and then you can just snowball the entire round in your favor. So
Yeah.
rifle is going to play a big role in that, especially with the weird wallbang cost on the top.
Yeah, and as far as the snipers go for this matchup, definitely looking at, as I mentioned, Reckless iOS for Search and Destroy, going to be sniping for them. I'm not sure who it's going to be on the side of F4, so that could be a really big opening opportunity for the side of Team Revenge. Chicken Mommy, again, great Search and Destroy player, but he's typically playing your Holger or AR. So that'll be something to look out for. I'm interested to see what Yawn is going to run here, because again, he was running the 35-round Holger, which, as you mentioned, on a map like Raid is actually a very viable way to run it. But I don't think you get that same benefit in a search and destroy on standoff.
For mobility, for rotation is pretty important, because they did nerf the mobility on those stuff. And to get a best movement speed, you do need to run a lighter magazine.
Right.
So it will be what he chooses to do.
Yeah, we are just waiting on a couple players to get readied up, guys, and we'll get you into the action as soon as we can. Just waiting on Reckless iOS and Yawn. Again, it is going to be a search and destroy on standoff. So, I believe Team Revenge will be on offense first. No, I think they'll be on defense first, actually. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Yawn is going to run here. As you mentioned, obviously that nerf to the Holger's mobility is pretty solid. Definitely some viability in the 35-round mag, but honestly, on a map like Standoff, I think I'd rather see players running something. You can have a player or two run a Holger, but I think the AS Val is a really slept-on weapon. There are some players that have definitely been using it, and I don't think anybody really thinks it's not in the meta per se, but I think it deserves, on maps like this, a lot more.
Offers a lot of
use.
close, and Holger isn't the best pick for close range, especially in grannies or broken. Those areas, ASVAL and MX9 really shine over the.
All right, does look like we have all of our players readied up, so hopefully they'll start, and we'll get you guys into this search and destroy here. Pop out chat, it'll be a little bit easier to see. All right, everybody's readied up. Why are we not slapping the ready button? Oh, B and hello. Oh, okay, I see.
Map number 2, search and destroy sound.
Alright, so that's why the admins are not in voice chat with us. That's why they didn't hear that we were waiting on the match to start. So, but we're in it, guys. Starting on up right now. Alright, as we can see, it is going to be Storm with the bomb control in first. Reckless iOS, he's looking for that jump shot onto Chicken Mommy. He switched over just in time. He's going to pick that one up, and fortunately for F4, they're not going to know that's bomb down, so they will have a safe route over to pick that up, but they do have to obviously be a little bit careful about Reckless iOS and the snipes there. So you can see he's looking for another. Some shots are coming through by Kizzy. Can't quite find him to connect, and at this point, you've given, honestly, too much opportunity for the side of Team Revenge to get set up. I almost think you have to force a B play at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Enemy in sight.
A-bomb is very closely guarded. I
Enemy
don't
in
think
sight.
they're gonna break into it easily without sacrificing a large majority of the team. Especially, they have a 4v5 scenario. I think going for rotation early on is gonna be the way. But then again, Revenge, they do have the back alley. Actually, Cole just died. So I think Revenge will have to try to rotate for the B plant as well.
Yeah, Juice does get hit markered there, ends up being about 1 HP, but he'll live to see another day. And now we have players rotating on up. Bright is taking some shots, but he will survive. Juice playing the window, picks up the gunfight there. That's a good win for him, but Yawn takes him down with the shorty. Yawn finds his second one onto Deficit as well. And it's now a 2 versus 2. The B-bomb plant did come through, as we were mentioning. I think that's a pretty huge play for them. Metro doesn't see Yawn rotating a backside. It's now Kizzy in a little bit of a gunfight here. Oh, the shorty coming through for Reckless iOS. Going to bring it to a 2 versus 1. Yawn, he's in a good position to defend this bomb, but he does have to be a bit careful here. Takes down 1, picks up number 2 as well, and there was really no reason for them to push 2 on the onto that doorway into a Holger there, so a bit of a misplay for the side of Team Revenge that's going to allow Team Storm F4 to come through with the first round win.
I believe Yawn just got an ace last round.
He did actually. You are good call. Good call. Now a couple kills come through. They do get the A rush this time, and that's going to put the side of Team Revenge in a really, really difficult spot. They're in a 2 versus 4 already, but now they also only have 30 seconds on the clock to get in and make this push, and it just doesn't realistically feel like something they're going to be able to do. And if they do, it's going to be one heck of a comeback here.
Contact with enemy.
Bigger Mommy gets 1 with Max. They now have the information. It's a 2v1. It's a 1v1 now scenario now. Code is going to go for the
Contact with enemy.
use. Can he find it? He doesn't find it.
Lost that round, but it's not over
A
yet.
little bit rough for them there, but what's she going to do? Now the round goes over to the side of Team Storm, who they had great bomb placement there. It allowed a bomb defense from several angles, and that's one of the most key factors to planting and search and destroy is, especially when you get down into like 1v1s or 2v2s, where you plant the bomb can make a big difference. If you plant it on an obvious side that you're going to be defending from, it limits the positions that you can be in to try to gain an advantage. So that's definitely something to consider. Code rocking a pink Magnum, not a weapon that we see very often, especially in a shorty meta, and Yawn is there to pick up the kill in the background. My keybind is freaking out, but Juice is going to make it out alive. He's looking for Yawn, can't find it, rotates over to his death. Yawn is just, what on earth? This kid is 10-0 right now. This kid's like almost on a nuke streak for search and destroy, man.
He gets another one. He is leading the entire lobby at 11 kills.
Ready up.
Yeah, definitely a great show performance for him coming out right now, and I definitely don't think you can complain about it, especially if you're a fan of Team Storm here. Again, a lot of these players from Storm are players that we recognize from previous seasons of Mobile Mayhem, and they have that experience. Neurals, thank you for the host, homie. Much appreciated. A couple kills come through. Yawn finds another We do have Juice starting to push up. I don't know if he knows there's a player in that corner right there, but you can definitely see he's a little bit skeptical of someone maybe coming around. Might be able to pick up a kill here in just a second. He's looking for a kill, but Chicken Mommy gonna come through with the pick there, and definitely a weapon that's been working well for Chicken Mommy in the recent update is this AMAX. He was cracked with it the other day, finds a wall bang onto Deficit there. And that's going to be the 4-0 lead going over to the side of Storm, who, as I was mentioning earlier, I kind of feel like probably coming through with the 2-0 victory. We had some high hopes for the side of Team Revenge, but unfortunately they just haven't seemed to have been able to fulfill here.
Enemy in sight.
Very interestingly, the S67 Apple with the AMAX has very high penetration. This is even higher than a sniper rifle. So he should be chased.
Enemy in sight. Enemy
Yeah, Jan does get the 1-for-1 trade. He'll finally die. Juice does take one down, but whoa, Metro, what were you looking at there, bud? You just stopped shooting. You were aimed at his face, and you just looked away. Kizzy pushing up, trying to find a kill onto Code. Gonna find it. And that's gonna be the 5th round going over to the side of Storm, who have a flawless offense. And it's going to be a difficult comeback for the side of Team Revenge if they want to make it. And oh man, at this point, I don't know if it's possible.
Objectives. They have the bomb.
grenade. Targets in sight.
Kizzy finds one before getting taken down there. It is going to be a 2-for-1 trade favoring the side of Storm. I do believe that was Bright finding a couple holder shots there, but Reckless and Code come through with a kill apiece, and Metro picking up the refrag onto Bright is going to leave Yawn in a 1 versus 2 scenario. You definitely have to imagine if anybody on this team was going to clutch up a 1v2, it'd be him. He's been so far cracked today with 13 kills on the board and only 1 death, so that's a pretty good ratio for Search, man. Raph says, bro, it feels like the SKS is better, TBH. Path, I feel like you're the perfect person to ask. Is that absolute cap or is that a real thing? Is the SKS better than the AMAX?
More lethal, but I think AMAX is more consistent.
That's what I would agree with, too.
It's a more lethal weapon, and I have seen people with very good success with it.
Targets in sight.
Yeah, we've definitely seen Space using a lot of the SKS lately on his personal streams, but even then, if you're going to go with that type of weapon, when we see him in competition, he does default back to the AMAX a lot, is one that's been very good for him, so I feel like the SKS has more of a fun factor than a viability to it.
I think the issue with SKS is more about accuracy than it is about damage. Theoretically speaking, SKS deals more damage, shoots faster, so it is more lethal. But I feel like the AMAX recoil is much easier to control. It's a lot easier to take the signatures than the SKS, and SKS is a much like at these less predictable elements.
You were cutting out a little bit there, Path, but it sounded like we pretty much had the same opinion on it. The AMAX is just a little bit more consistent at most ranges, and it's definitely something to consider. But with Deficit in a 1 versus 3 right now, so low on HP, can't quite find the gunfight against Kizzy, and that is going to be the last round. Storm take the 2-0 victory over Team Revenge, who will drop down into the losers bracket, but do still have an opportunity to come back in this event. Hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more out of them in Search and Destroy in the future, because again, Reckless iOS actually a really solid Search player, and hoping he's able to find a team that works with him. But right now, if I'm going to be brutally honest, I don't know if Team Revenge is going to be it. You definitely could feel quite a bit of struggle in the rotations. Didn't seem like it in the Search and Destroy or in the Respawn. Didn't really seem like they had a lot of teamwork going, and while that could be a kind of a nod to it being a new team, obviously Challengers or Qualifiers, I mean, realistically just barely started up. It definitely seems I don't know. It definitely didn't seem like they had a lot of coordination there, and you could largely say that it was Jan that did well, and that is true in both the hardpoint and the search and destroy. He did really well. The search and destroy, I mean, absolutely cracked, 15 kills on the board. But it does feel a little bit similar to Team Devious from earlier, where we were mentioning it seems like one or two players just popping off and really carrying the lobby, and it does largely seem to be the case for um, the side of Team Storm right now as well. Yawn and Chicken Mame coming through with two good performances. Kizzy did really good in the respawn, did all right here in the search and destroy as well. So maybe they have a little bit more life available to them, but we'll have to see as the night goes on. And then I think finals for qualifiers is on the 5th. We would have to get a confirmation from B on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard earlier. We'll let you guys know when we can, but we are going to take a short break while we figure out which game we're getting into you guys next. Sorry we don't really have a set schedule like we normally do for Mobile Mayhem, guys. There's a lot of games happening right now for the qualifiers all at once, so it's kind of just we're hopping into them as they're available to us. So we'll be right back.
Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes. No signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. No more. White, no more, baby. Love, no more, baby. It's black and white, just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's black and white.
Alright guys, sorry about the wait there. We are getting ready to hop into our next game. In fact, it's already starting to go, waiting on one player to connect to the lobby. But we're going to have a standoff hardpoint for you guys. We're going to have a firing range search and destroy. And if we make it to a game 3, we'll be looking at that raid domination. The Kinetic and the Sparrow are banned, which is going to allow the Annihilator and the Death Machine through. And as you guys may be able to see on screen, it is going to be Fuse versus Devious. And I have no control over the logo being on the wrong side, guys. I wish I could help you, but that is not my department. But we're getting into the game. Oops, excuse me. We're getting into definitely some familiar faces. Some competing under different names as well. It's going to be Devious, who we saw earlier, up against Fuse, who has Hermes, Tear, who is co-script, Certified, who I'm certain I have seen before as well. And then 2 people that I don't know, but I'm hoping are good. So, yep, that's basically where we're at. And, it's actually a giant P1 hold for the side of Devious right now. It's not often you see a P1 so decisive for standoff, so definitely could spell what could happen for the rest of this game.
But then we can see the side of Devious.
Yeah, Devious on the left and Fuse on the right.
They're already setting up for new. This can be a very big rotation. But then we can see Devious is denying all rotation. They are ahead, just as the
Definitely a little bit to be expected with these 2 teams here. Certified, it does get taken down by campers there. G-String looking for another kill, picks one off with the shorty. Not really entirely sure why he pulled the Bison out there, but doesn't really matter. He's able to get the assist. He's got full streaks, including a Goliath. And moving on over to P3, I think I'd actually like to see him push out and go get a Goliath in top P3. Or rotate early off of P3 to get it set up for P4, because a Sentry Gun into Goliath for P4 could be really devastating here. And while I was really hoping, yeah.
And the Sentry Gun, very interesting. So I think he's gonna play P3 as the big money hill.
Yeah, I don't think he really has a choice at this point. Burned all of his streaks. Obviously got the Sentry Gun in the back of Road there, gonna look to defend him on the balcony, as well as any rotations from under. I believe the sentry down did get destroyed there, and as you can see on the map there, Fuse actually got some really favorable respawn. There is time on the board that they could win here, but that is quickly dwindling away as the contest does come through. Line them up, 1, 2 coming through, make it 3 for G-String. And they can't win off this point, but it's going to be very, very close, and it's not looking like Fuse showed up to play today. And this is just straight dominance right now.
Objective almost complete. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested.
And with an early rotation over as well, they're getting set up for P4. This game looks like it's about over. This is
Basically
yikes.
done.
Hardpoint identified.
G-String leading the entire lobby with 8 KD. 16-2. He finally goes down. But is it
goes
enough?
down, but his teammate's there to refrag for him, and that's it. Lights out. 150-1, and does look like we had a player rage quit on the side of Fuse. So that's a big yikes. How long till the next game, Sinister? Seemingly very, very soon. If the search and destroy goes anything like that that hard point, it could be over very, very fast. It's been a while since we saw a matchup that one-sided, but the 150-1 win comes through for the side of Devious, and it does look like Tear, aka Co-Script, may have dipped out a little bit early there, and that's a big yikes. That's a big yikes, Path. I don't even know what to expect for the search and destroy at this point.
Either one. This is like, oof, just oof.
I mean, the difficult thing is it's not like a firing range where you get snowballed so hard early and you know, for example, firing range, like you're looking for that seaside dom spawn. That's going to be your strong spawn for pretty much P1, P2, and P3.
The side of Devious, they had a very, very good rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier, they just held P2 pretty much till the end of time. And then P3 was not contested by much because of the Goliath and the sentry gun. And by that time, the rotation was so well done. The point lead is so high, I think they could not have lost that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the difficulties of a 150 hard point. I mean, the games are over so incredibly fast that if you do get snowballed on the first couple points, it can be rough. And like I was mentioning on firing range, those first 3 points, you are basically looking for that same respawn. That's a map that it is very easy to get 151 out of all of them. Standoff, every single one except for like P1 to P2 is, you know, across the map. How are there not early enough rotations for the side of Fuse there to you know, get up into top blue or get over into bakery while you were so massively losing those streaks?
P2, but then Devious just, because Devious held P1 control, they just very easily got in and just denied all the rotation. And by that point, the snowball was there, the streaks were there. G-String was popping off absurdly. So I think that pretty much sealed the deal.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely felt that way, but we'll get you guys into the search and destroy as we can. It looks like Terror might have just left before the kill cam, and there is a bug in game that takes them out of the scoreboard at the end of the game if they do that. So that is definitely something to consider, but it is going to be a search and destroy on, I believe I said firing range earlier. Let me pull back up my assets and double check. Yeah, search and destroy on firing range. And if we were to see a game 3, which, I mean, after that game 1, I'm not expecting to see it, we would go on to raid domination. So we'll have to see. Definitely some potential for this to go either way. And it's hard. It's really hard to believe in Fuse right now. It's really, really hard to believe in Fuse. But we'll
First, that's
we'll
the
see.
real like mentality breaker.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely difficult, and that's a sign of a good team is to be able to come back from a loss like that and be able to have that mental fortitude. And for a newly formed team, I just don't know if that's going to be a realistic scenario. But we'll see as our game is starting up, guys.
The enemy has the bomb.
Smoke out!
All right. As we're getting into this game here, it is going to be Cute Dragon 84 opening with 2 kills for First Blood. Hermes does get a refrag. In fact, finds 2 of his own, but Cute Dragon 84 might be on their way to finding themselves an ace for this matchup should everything go their way.
Last man standing.
Does find one uncertified, but then he gets traded by Hermes.
Tango down.
It was a very fast round 1.
Nice work. Get
Yeah,
ready
ends
for
up
the
winning
next
the fight
round.
with Hermes there at the end. That's going to be a big round win for the side of Devious, who are looking to possibly close this out in a 2-0 victory and maybe still find themselves a little bit later into this series because they did go down against Op34. Again, Op34 has some just amazing talent on the team. They're a team that has certainly proven themselves in the past. And even to a more recent future, they've been looking really, really good as well. So we'll have to see, but it is going to be Zulf, the first to fall. Cute Dragon 84 taking some damage, falls to Hermes as well. It's actually looking really good for the side of Fuse. They're able to slide the corner. Can they find G-String as well? The team rotation comes through. Cute Dragon 83 able to pick off 1 in Certified.
In a really rough spot, he does go down. I think for this round, it will be very, very difficult for Q Dragon to clutch up. The B-bomb side retake is very difficult because there are so many angles to watch. It's not like A-bomb where you just need to watch 2 angles mostly.
Lost that round.
This one
It's
is
not over
just
yet.
nearly impossible to get a clutch.
Yeah, definitely the case. I mean, you've got realistically three angles that you have to watch that are all very, very quick rotations from kind of a mutual area. So even if a player is playing back, they can very easily rotate one side or another and can very well mask your performance. But it's going to be Cute Dragon 83 picks up 1 onto Certified, who had absolutely no right climbing that tower. I don't know why you'd even do that in Search and Destroy, but Terror, aka CoScript, comes through with a triple that we missed.
This is now a rough spot for the side of Devious. They have to watch the A-bomb and the B-bomb at the same time. And both of them, I believe, are both using the Locust. So, close range, when they get in the shorty scenarios, it could be kind of difficult.
It definitely could be the case. Cute Dragon 83 has been able to find a couple snipes, and Camper has been able to find a couple kills as well, but it's certainly not a easy retake here.
He gets a hit marker.
Yeah, does get a wallbang hit marker there onto Campers, who's looking to find his first kill on the board. Carbon Cut Locust in hand, rocking the diamond camo. But that diamond camo ain't gonna help you here, son.
Not over yet.
As
Ready up.
Devious succumb another round to the side of Fuse, who again, they just, I can't even be nice about it. They dumpstered Fuse in the hard point, and Fuse are coming through with a big couple clutch rounds here early on in the Search and Destroy on the offense. And, realistically be looking for them to find a couple more, and as you can see, the angle Campers is holding here. He was looking for one rotating through the showers, but not able to find any heads, at least not yet. G-String set up in a good spot in trailer to contest or call out any rotations across mid. It is going to be Campers, does finally pick up 1 in that doorway. It is going to be Tear, who found the 3-piece last round. And now you've allowed so much time to pass that you're in a really weird position if you are the side of Fuse. I mean, you're down a player now because you have not played as a team. At least for the most part, have not played as a team.
Last one.
And
Mission.
now your bomb is separated. For some reason, bomb is over at Showers, and the rest of the team is pushing jungle. And as you can see there, Whiplash going to get pushed by G-Spring and Zulf. And the shorty comes through and picks up the kill there.
Defend the objectives. The enemy has the bomb.
Alright, getting into another round here. Cute Dragon 83 up top. Sniper in hand. Might be looking for a potentially a early pick. We'll have to see if they're able to find anything. Campers playing a little bit of a different angle this time around, and actually not using the Locust anymore. Has opted for the DLQ. I do believe that's actually what he pulled out last game, but finds another one on to Tear. It's going to be a good opening pick. It was one of the things that allowed them to win that last round, and now with the rotations coming out, look how spread out the offense is of Fuse. I mean, they're just in such questionable positions right now for offense. And I think this is probably about to be a bomb down right in front of, yeah, right in front of trailer. Yep. Bad, horrible spot for it to be in.
Last man standing. Finish.
Now, Whiplash is caught again in a 1v5 scenario. It would be very difficult for him to clutch. The bomb is in a bad spot. Yeah, he does go down.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
Yeah, bomb being down in front of trailer in mid is just incredibly rough to try to deal with. And, you know, unfortunately, that's just the name of the game sometimes. And, you know, you'd like to see a little bit more out of Fuse as far as their coordination goes, but they're going to lose a bit of that opportunity as we have switched sides now. You have players rushing up. G-String going to find one in the corner. Takes down Certified. Looking for some shots for some information, but this is the kind of play I was talking about wanting to see earlier. Is get that push up, go for that defuse, but if you're going to go for that, go for that plant, but if you're going to go for that plant, you need to be behind the bomb. I mean, you need to be playing the angles that your team can defend from, and it is going to result in one getting picked off. Hermes in the background does pick up one, finds Zulf as well with the shorty. Now looking to challenge G-String, but that's a difficult head glitch to challenge. Might be looking for some help from Tear here.
Let's go, let's go.
A rotates over into G-String. Rough spot to be in. G-String playing this head glitch so well right now.
He gets sniper. He goes for the shorty. He gets the double kill.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
Yeah, I mean, he played that head glitch really well, and more importantly than him playing that really well, I gotta say the side of Fuse played that round really bad on their rotations, and Tear was able to pick up a kill onto the bomb planter. At that point in time, I mean, your whole team should be starting to make that converge over towards A, and it just didn't happen right away. They allowed too much time for the opposition to really get going. Zulf comes through with a double kill, but it is going to be a refrag as Hermes finds a kill onto Cute Dragon. It's a 4 versus 2. Again, planting out of cover. This is just such a bizarre scenario to be in. Why are you going to plant in sightline of American? There's always snipers or Holgers in there. You're literally asking to die. That would be the would have been the second death we had seen if it wasn't a hit marker. But Campers able to get the kill onto Whiplash. That's going to leave Hermes in a 1v3.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
5-2. Match point.
Yeah, looking like it's going to be Devious going through. I don't really have, realistically, any faith in Fuse to make the comeback at this point with the way the last couple of rounds have been going. They found a couple times that they were able to capitalize in the offense and then just stopped doing what worked for them. And unfortunately, the defense they've been playing is super bizarre. I mean, look at their positioning on the minimap right now. As a matter of fact, we're gonna pull this up for the big screen here. Look at the freest of free A plant going on right now. This is absolutely bonkers.
A plant retake is especially difficult because of that bomb hack glitch. It's really difficult, even for a sniper rifle.
Yep, and as you can see, the setup on defense here for the side is going through pretty good. Campers finds one onto A. G-String gonna find another onto Tear. Cute Dragon does steal the kill onto Certified and line him up, knock him down. Flawless round for the side of
Devious.
For the side of Devious there. Hey, Bobby plays with the host. How's it going, Bobby? How's your stream, man?
Hi, Bobby.
You made it just in time to catch some short break between matches. We are currently in the losers bracket of qualifiers. We have one more day coming up, which I believe will be on the 5th. And one more matchup here tonight. But this is going to be the side of Devious picking up the 2-0 victory over Fuse. And I believe that would be a double elimination for Fuse. So Fuse are going to be out of this one. As you can see, a couple of their team leaving early as well. And you can't really, I guess, at that point punish anybody who's not competing anymore. So I don't know what to say about that otherwise. But as you can see, G-String coming through with 12 on the board. I do apologize to everybody coming over from Bobby's channel. We do intend this to be family friendly, but unfortunately that's his name, and the admins didn't make him change it. So that's what we got for you. But Cute Dragon 84 coming through with 7. Cute Dragon 83 with 6 on the board. Zulf and Campers each with 4. Hermes was actually really cracked on the side of Fuse. Put up 11 kills in that round. A huge performance coming out of him, but it just wasn't enough. Even with 11 kills on the board, they were only able to find 2 rounds. And unfortunately, you need the rest of your team to step up a little bit. There's only so much that one player can do. And unfortunately, that's pretty much how the hardpoint felt as well. I mean, the hardpoint was a 150-1 win. The Search and Destroy was a 6-2. And it didn't feel at any point like Devious really didn't have control over the matchup.
For Fuse to win, they would have to really work on the rotations. Like the first map, they got caught off rotation and just got snowboarded incredibly hard. Search and Destroy is the same thing. They have very weird team positions, and whenever picks do happen, whether it's theirs or the enemy teams, they don't capitalize on the picks and go for rotations as well. So that really costed them the 2 games.
Apparently, in our other matchup, the other one that was happening off stream, that one was also a 150-1 hardpoint win. The admins sent me a picture. They're like, "What are the odds of 2 150-1 wins at the same time?" Like, pretty low. But it happened. It did happen. And we're gonna get you guys into our next matchup as soon as we can. I'm trying to figure out from the admin who that's gonna be right now. Again, sorry we don't have this information ahead of you guys. There's so many games in qualifiers happening at once that we just kind of got to funnel into matches as they're going on. It does look like we're going to have a Shreddit versus Devious rematch for our next match, actually, I believe.
I hope that a little bit better. I think it's still the problem as early on. Shredded got caught off rotations just like Fuse did in the last matchup, and then it got snowboard.
Alright guys, we are going to take a very, very short break, and we already have one of these teams in the lobby, so hopefully it won't be more than a couple minutes as we wait for our other players to get in. And does look like we have our next match screen updated, so we'll be right back, guys.
Just let me. Cold at the touch, dead in the eyes. stars, no signs of life no more. I put your love under the knife. Leave me to die here all alone. No signs of life no more, no. A crying dove may never fly. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. Black and white, just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. Just let me go. It's only right. For all I know, it's only matter. It's calico, it's black and white. White, white, white. It's black and white. Yeah. Black and white. Oh, 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 oh. It's black and white. It's black and white.
Alright guys, welcome back. Sorry about the wait there. We were just waiting on a couple players to hop on into the lobby. But, as you guys could probably see on the screen, we are going to have a rematch here. Devious versus Shreddit. Maybe Shreddit will be a little bit more warmed up for this matchup because the last one largely felt like Devious were in control the whole time. For our best of 3, we do have those map selections and bans available for you guys. So we'll hop over to that right now so we can get you guys into the action as soon as we can. To lead off the series, we're going to have a hard point on Raid. As we go into Game 2, we'll be looking at a Search and Destroy on Standoff. And if we make it to Game 3, we'd be looking at a Domination on Summit. The Annihilator and the Sparrow are banned. And I believe these teams GA'd the Kinetic earlier. Maybe the admins will let me know in Discord if that is still going to be the case here. If it's not, then we have Kinetic Armor and Death Machine available for this matchup. What were you going to say, Path?
I think they were the teams that GA'd the Kinetic Armor, but I'm not sure if they still applies in this match.
B says yes. So Kinetic Armor will be GA'd once again. So largely going to see use out of the Death Machine will probably be the number 1. Again, I would think you should probably have at least one player on the team with a Tempest available just because it is very good at taking down some Goliath action, especially on a map like Raid where there's a lot of really exposed territory. As Path was mentioning earlier, it does feel a little bit weird and clunky in the close range, but definitely something still as a possible thing to use. But we're getting into the game, guys. No more time to wait.
G-String is gonna watch over the entire P1 with Ogre. He does find one, he may find another, but he is getting flinched really hard, so this may be a difficult spot to be in. He is holding Laundry Harbor, which is going to dictate the spawns for P2.
Yeah, definitely a good position to be in, and it's a good Overwatch to hold, but it is something to make note of that the walls are very much so paper here for Laundry, so you do have to be a little bit worried about getting wall banged, even if you get away from the window. As you can see there, he gets absolutely dumpstered by a Holger return fire. And sometimes that's just the case. Again, you got to be aware of the terrain that you're taking cover in, and the paper wall's not going to save you from an LMG.
Enemy down.
Yeah, exactly. But as we can see now, Devious, they are starting to gain control. Wait, actually, they do not. Credit, they have control over P1, and I believe they are going to hold P2 as well, but the situation on the map is a little chaotic, and it's whoever gets in first gets it.
Definitely a lot of angles that you can hold inside of Kitchen, especially being able to get into this side room where Scott's at right now. That literal money cubby is really, really solid. Especially because if any players want to challenge you in there, you could essentially pull out a shorty and just give them the business. But Scott doing a great job defending that back money side, picks up 2. Might be looking for G-String now, but he's so hurt. He's got to be careful about taking this gunfight. Does look like he's going to have a teammate rotate over and help him pick that one up. Losty gets the refrag onto Cute Dragon, and now we have players sliding in for money.
I think for the current time left on P2, it would be smart to go for the next rotation as soon as possible. And we can see here both teams are rotating in. It would be Devious who gets the point first. I think they can get a good enough setup. But Nazi, he sneaks in with a smoke grenade. He does go down, so Devious will be holding down this P3.
Yeah, and again, this is the money hill in the sense that this one is much easier spawns to control than, for example, a basketball court. You can see Scott was getting a few shots in there, but players are watching each other's back. Azri able to come through with 1. He has a Hunter Killer available, but does get taken down. Losty now making the rotation over. Somehow Cute Dragon doesn't see him, doesn't matter. Somehow gonna make it out alive, ends up falling eventually, but you can't allow players to live that long. That is for darn sure. But Losty rounds the corner, hit marker with the shorty. A little bit unfortunate, but It is sometimes the downfall of a shotgun, especially with one that has 2 shots. If you miss, you're kind of left in a rough situation there. You've either got a pretty reasonable reload time to go through, or a weapon switch to go through, and in a close range gunfight like that, it's just 9 times out of 10 not going to happen.
Reddit will be having P4 control, I believe.
Hardpoint identified.
Actually, I believe Q Dragon just spawned on next to P4.
Yeah, the
But
hill
he does-
spawns are really weird, and he's going to get another favorable respawn here. Actually rotating behind the enemy, but Scott was on his way looking back that way, so we'll get another respawn in jungle at top stairs. This is a big opportunity where Nazi can make the defense here. Does have a death machine, picks up 2 before getting taken down. Scott gets dropped off of his death machine as well. Azri able to find some bullets to connect though, and it is going to be Shreddit with a little bit of a hold going on here, but it looks like the break almost comes through. Some really weird respawns where, again, you get wiped off the point and spawn jungle behind your enemies is not fun to watch, but it's what we got for you guys.
It is what it is.
Yeah, a little bit of a wasted pred missile there, if you ask me. On the last 10 seconds, your team wasn't making that contest anyway. That could have been a pred missile ready for next, and they're not going to have that available to them now.
Enemy in sight.
Zolf, he's in a point with a MX9. I think he can lock this place down if possible. Because we do have G-String watching over with a Holger. He does get shot and is brought critically low.
Scott does pick him up with the Holger in hand, head glitching the Lambo here. Great spot to be in. Finds G-String as well, now looking for maybe campers, but GG is there to find the double kill. Gets campers and Cute Dragon 83. Airstrike coming through for Cute Dragon, and this is going to be a really, really bad position to be in if you are Shreddit. You cannot get on this point at all right now. Also have a Dragonfire in for campers right now. It's going to give them some additional vision. Probably, if I would have imagined, largely would have been aiming that towards the L, but it does look like we have players rotating over now. You can see that DVS have already got set up for next, and it is Scott trying to make that challenge. He comes through with 1. He's looking for 2. He finds G-String, but Campers is there for the refrag.
He does get campers. I believe he actually does not. Okay. So this is a really weird spawn. JJ just spawned across half the map, and now DVS has control over the hill. I believe unless they get a miraculous break, this map will end with DVS win.
Yeah, looking to be the case right now. Only a couple seconds to go, and Shreddit can't find themselves a lot of room. Ooh, Scott comes through with a big double kill. They've actually made the break into point. They can't win off of it, but they could very well tie it. And that's going to be it right there.
Yep.
All right, well, a little bit closer than last time, if I remember the hard point correctly. So that is a little bit of a good sign for the side of Shreddit. Maybe they can bounce back in the search and destroy and push us to a game 3, but that's going to be Devious once again, taking the 1-0 lead over the side of Shreddit. Largely on the back of Zulf and G-String again, which again in the long run I think is going to be a bit of a weakness for this team. And we did have a couple players step up, but again it felt like the overall success was largely based on the misplays of Shreddit during that game. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, the spawns were acting a bit weird as well.
Yeah, that is another thing as well. Sometimes the game plays against you just as much as the enemy team does, and we saw that come through a couple times actually, especially on that P4 that has really finicky respawns. That's why we are really calling that garage point the money hill for this map right now. And as you guys can see on the board, a lot of shared hill time for the side of Devious, with the exception of G-String, who only has 6 seconds on the hill, but did go 24 and 15, so played that up front Slayer for the team. But everybody else, I mean, 43, 48, 52 minute. Looking over at the opposition, it is, kind of actually surprising that we have almost more objective time, but a lot of that was contesting. Azri comes through with a minute, Losty with 56, and Nazi top of the leaderboard for hill time with 122 on the board, but unfortunately being down at 10 and 21 doesn't really help them a ton.
Exactly.
We'll get you guys ready to get into the next game as soon as we possibly can. I do believe this is going to be the last matchup of the night, so as soon as we get all these players ready, we'll get you guys into the lobby for the Search and Destroy. Again, last time Devious was able to pick up the 2-0 victory over Shreddit, but it's not necessarily to say it's going to happen this time as well. Again, I think this was a much closer hard point across the board, and Search and Destroy obviously has a lot of opportunity as well. Azri has been really, really solid on the side of Shreddit, and GG as well. Definitely a player to be on the lookout for. Scott and Losty have a lot of potential, but do suffer a little bit of consistency issue for this team, so we'll have to see if they bring their A game, and if they do, there's a big opportunity where they could come through with a little bit of an upset in the Search.
Yes.
All right, looks like we're just waiting on Campers and Azri to get readied up. Probably changing a couple things for some classes going into Search and Destroy. And we'll get you guys into the action as soon as we can. It is going to be a Search and Destroy on standoff. So one of those very heavy sniper and shorty based maps. So we'll have to see if anybody's going to stand out on the sniper department. Again, a sniper at top bakery or top blue on the balcony can really have a lot of potential. If any of you remember Moralto, he's a master of wallbangs at the A-bomb here, so could be looking out for any of that potential talent as well.
Devious is gonna go for the double sniper, I believe. With 2 MX9s and 1 PP19 Bison.
Yeah, we do have a couple snipers out for the side of Shreddit as well. Losty rocking the Damascus DLQ. Pretty nice looking weapon. Gonna find Campers off the bat to bring things back to a 1-1 trade, as they did lose out on Nazi. Kind of surprised we don't really have anybody contesting GG in top window here. Zulf throws a grenade. I can't believe GG didn't see it, but G-String is going to rotate on through. Does get taken down by Losty, however. Shorty in hand, as we mentioned, that was going to be a big deciding factor for this map. And as you can see, Cute Dragon trying to make that rotation over to A. They don't know it, but A is absolutely free right now, and we're hoping to see some of their teammates start to rotate on over. Again, kind of hide and sight 2020. If they knew, they could have had this bomb plant down already, been forcing Shreddit to play against the clock, but
Bomb has been planted.
have to
They
obviously
do
check
down,
first.
and the entire team of Shreddit will have to get a long rotation in.
Yeah, especially Scott, who is, I mean, at this point in time, still back gas station right now. GG is going to get rotated on. It's going to be an assist for Cute Dragon and the pickup for Zulf. They're ducking down away from Losty right now. You can hear the sit rep coming through. I don't think they actually saw them, though, so that's something to consider. Scott is now rotating on over. Doesn't see the player up top. Going to have him drop down behind, and it's a rough position to be in. Cute Dragon 83 finds one. Cute Dragon 84 finds the other. And that's going to be the round win, going over to Devious in one of the longer Search and Destroy rounds we've had tonight.
Defend the objectives. They have the bomb.
We have Scott very aggressively pushing up. Might rotate himself right over into Campers here, who's playing that head glitch on boxes. Campers is able to pick up one onto Nazi. It's going to be the first blood coming through. Big opportunity for them to start pushing up. But again, look at how spread out their team is for just absolutely no realistic reason. Scott picks up one. I mean, he was looking for the kill on boxes. I don't know how he didn't know a player was going to come behind him when he picked up that kill at Statue, but he doesn't. Do you have Cute Dragon making the rotation over, going to find the final kill onto GG there. That's going to be the 2-0 lead for Devious now, who could close this out in a 2-0 victory if they're able to win this Search and Destroy, which to my knowledge would knock Shreddit out of the running. So pretty important match for Shreddit here. As you guys can tell, bomb was forgotten for a second there by the side of Devious.
JJ gets a pick. And now it should be up to Shredded to make the rotations happen. If they're going to capitalize on that pick.
Yeah, one
But
would
they're
hope.
they're actually not moving much. We can see here Dragon 84, he's watching the bomb. He has the bomb, and he might go for a sneak peek, but Nazi gets shut down. And now this is a 4v4 scenario. This is a difficult situation to be in because nobody knows where the snipers are. And on the A bomb, the snipers are really, really powerful.
Yeah, Cute Dragon coming through with one of those really good standoff bomb plants here. It's a position where you can defend this bomb from multiple angles, and that does leave the enemy kind of guessing where you're going to set up, but it's GG. Last alive ends up succumbing to G-String from top mid, and that's going to be the third round over to Devious. You can definitely tell that Shreddit starting to fall apart in this matchup, and I don't have a lot of hope left in them. Definitely had some opportunities early on, but played a little bit too passive, especially in instances where they were able to grab themselves an advantage. So hopefully they'll push through a little bit more.
Nazi gets a stun hit marker.
Yeah, Cute Dragon does come through with one. Campers is looking for anything he can find on L as well. Almost hits the wallbang onto Losty there. 2 shots just barely off to the right. And it is going to be a first blood for Devious once again. So they're really in a good position, especially as Cute Dragon able to pick up another one. And you can see how hard Losty is kind of trapped back in spawn at this point. He has G-String over in front of him. He could have chased the kill there. Sees one rotating down, but doesn't matter. Shorty in hand. Zolf going to pick that one up. And 4 in a row go over to the side of Devious, who... I hate to call it early, but I don't see a real world where Shreddit are able to make the comeback this far in the hole. Not with the way they've been playing.
Yeah, it would be difficult. Like, they have to get some really crazy early picks and then rotate right to make it happen.
Oh my goodness. I literally can't switch to people on the side of Shreddit fast enough right now. They're just getting knocked down. GG left in a 1 versus 4. The bomb plant's coming through. And players are rushing him as well. Zolf once again coming through with the shorty, picking up the final kill. That's going to be 5-0 now for the side of Devious, who have all of the cushion in the world right now to, you know, they could drop around and still be in a comfortable position. I mean, shoot, they could drop 3 rounds and still be looking all right. So they know that final round is going to be their offense, which they won 100% of. So
G-String gets a double with a Bison. He gets a third.
oh my goodness, you gotta win that one, Scott.
But the deed was done.
Yeah, not really much to say about that. A 6-0 victory comes through for Devious. At least the hard point was a little bit better this time around, but a very, very convincing search and destroy to lock things out. And that is going to be Devious not quite making themselves back into the winner's bracket, but they do push themselves into our next day of competition, which I believe is going to be October 5th. So make sure you guys are on the lookout for that. Am I right in saying that, B? That's what I've been saying all night. I think it's the 5th, right? B is not in voice comms with us. Okay, never mind. Keep your eye out on the Mobile Mayhem Twitter. I'm sorry, I am very ill-informed today, guys. It's definitely my fault. But as you guys can see, the 6-0 win comes through for Devious, and we're going to see them move on. Pretty even contribution across the board for these guys. 6 kills for Zolf, 8 for G-String, 6 for Cute Dragon 84, 7 for Cute Dragon 83, and Campers down at 3. But, I mean, the 6-0 win is about as convincing as it can get for Search and Destroy. And that's going to round us out for the night. I don't think we have results for this. We do not for results of the day seen. But make sure you guys are looking at the Mobile Mayhem Twitter should tweet out probably the bracket and where we stand. Again, there's going to be one more day of qualifiers competition to determine what teams are going to make it into the main series of Mobile Mayhem. Thank you so much, Path, for joining us here tonight. I know it was kind of short notice, but Verdict was busy, and you came through clutch. Much, much appreciated. Thank you to the admins who I know aren't in voice chat right now, but maybe they have the stream up. Who knows? For all of the hard work you guys do over there. Thank you to all of the viewers for showing up. And thank you to the teams for coming through and putting on some good games for us here to watch tonight. That's going to be it for us today at Mobile Mayhem, and we'll see you guys next time.